Steal.
Oh, I was looking at Twitch. He said, as soon as your faces go up, start talking. So I'm looking at Twitch. I'm like, there we go. So, like, so serious. What up, peeps? It is January 25th, 2015, and we're here to bring you more Grievance news. Like y'all didn't get enough of me the other night. So with me tonight, I have Wendell.
Hi. I died
Streeg.
again.
What's up?
Mr. Ninja. And Deuce.
Hey, peeps.
So
They're
we
my
got a
peeps.
decent we got a decent amount of news tonight to go over, talk about some upcoming things with Grievance, and so let's just start.
Cool. Well, it wouldn't be right if I didn't talk about arcades, because, I streamed arcades for a long time, and I kind of miss it, but I don't. But I'll tell you, the guys that are there now are just kicking butt and taking names. Their recruitment is up. Lots of new members coming in recently, and they are just kicking butt on the water. Naval combat, still a great thing in that game, and they're loving it. They actually took down the first boss, Serpantis, and they have a video on Jack's YouTube page. He's still working on the music before it goes on the Grievance page, but if you want to see him kill it, it's Bug Jack. He'll show you where it is on their page, but they actually have it on farm now, so they're doing really good on that.
I'll tell you what, man, they've come a long way in the last couple months. They've got a very active TeamSpeak. Everybody's friendly, having a good time. I jumped into one of their channels the other night, and they were doing some naval combat and just having a blast at it. And I tell you, out of everything that I miss about that game, the thing I miss the most is the naval combat. That was,
Yeah, definitely.
man.
That's probably the thing they did the best at in that game was naval combat. It was just awesome.
It was always
Yeah.
so fun to watch on the streams. It really was.
Oh, it was so intense. I mean, you're sitting there, boom, boom, just trying to shell them, and it was fun. You'd maneuver, they'd maneuver. It was just really, really cool.
And it's very tactical too. It's not
Very.
just point and shoot kind of thing. That's a huge tactical battle. Takes a long time.
Broadside!
Yeah, there were a couple times we were on the receiving end of that. First time we ever encountered a black pearl, and that didn't last long.
So Wendell, how's ESO going?
ESO! Well, last night there was a recruit meeting, and we brought in a bunch of new people into Cyrodiil, which is the large PvP war zone. And we took them through the basics, and they went out searching for sky shards. Some people may need to know or not, but 3 sky shards collected earned skill points for the character. So trying to get some people skilled up and geared out. They managed to sneak deep into the Nord territory, tagging several sky shards that are usually hard to reach. Played out through the night, and always a fun one. But by the end of the night, they opted to go suicide by guard to make their way back home. And apparently, several Nord guards were led on a Benny Hill style chase.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, I wish they had streamed that. Was anybody streaming that? No?
Not that I know of.
That would have been fun to watch. On to EverQuest 2.
EverQuest 2 got some good news. Our one of our oldest guilds out there on EverQuest 2 has downed a new raid boss last night, Zeran the Torso. Excellent job, guys. And of course, being a torso, no legs, that guy was not running away from our raid force, so
That's right.
they took him out, no problem. So excellent job, guys. It's good to see EverQuest 2 is still pounding away when other games kind of come and go. EQ2s keep staying strong, so I love to see that. It's awesome job, guys.
Lola has done an amazing job with that guild.
Absolutely.
It's got great officers, great members, and like any raid guild, they hit a spot where for a month and a half they gotta figure out tactics and stuff. And I think this is like the second or third new boss in the last week or two. They're mowing them down.
Love to see it.
And I gotta give EverQuest 2 props also. The leadership there, because EverQuest 2 is one of my fallback games when I'm not sure what I want to play, and they always accept me like I've been there the whole time and stuff. So wonderful crew. Hats off to you guys for making returning players and new members just feel part of the family just immediately.
I actually got the chance about 4 years ago. Lola and her husband Tay came to a get together and got the chance and honor to meet them. And they are just as impressive in life as they are in TeamSpeak in game. They are really, really stand up people.
Just remember, never poke Lola.
No, we don't poke Lola. She's the only person that even I don't mess with. All right, so Final Fantasy 14 Online. For those of you that don't know, I finished off the history up to 2015 recently. You can find it in the history, and I had to put a pretty decent section into Final Fantasy to explain the trials and tribulations that guild went through in the first year, and for a game that literally relaunched, this guild is one of the most active guilds in Grievance today. They pack out the TeamSpeak servers. Like all Grievance guilds, their members are friendly, and they are really, really, really doing some neat things. They just had a new patch hit. With that patch came 3 new 4-man dungeons, 2 new trials, a new 24-man raid zone or raid. I don't know if it's a zone or a raid. A new Hildebrandt, new quests, new PvP, new crafting, and according to Shiv, and a lot more. Shiv, one never to be caught standing doing nothing, is consistently putting together groups so people can get their primal mounts. And I got a chance to talk to Twist today, and he said Grievance is just dominating in the front lines this week again, which is, I guess, like PvP Battlegrounds or something. Regardless, the guild is doing remarkably well, and according to them, they are going to take the achievement award at the get-together for most players that show up in a guild. They have thrown down the gauntlet.
Talking the talk.
They're talking the talk.
Hey, I'll tell you, coming from Arcade last year at the thing, that's a big deal, believe it or not. That's a big, thump the chest kind of thing when your guild wins that. So, hey, for all the other guilds out there, Final Fantasy threw the glove down. Let's see if you can beat them.
Yeah, first guild to ever take it was Guild Wars 2 under Night Angel. Second guild was Arcade under me. This will be the third award. They'll get their name on the plaque that shows up at the get-together every year, plus the guild leader will get a plaque himself saying that his guild did what was necessary to get it. In other words, showed up in force at the get-together. So if y'all think y'all are going to outman Final Fantasy this year, you better get to promoting this get-together, because they are coming in force.
They're coming across the water, too, aren't they?
Yeah, we had one. Now there's possibly 2 people coming, their members coming from Australia this year.
Nice.
Really?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep, and not related.
That's gonna be fun.
Is
What's
Groove
going
coming
on
again this year?
What's
Sorry.
that? Yes.
Groups.
Grooves is coming. Grooves is coming.
He is a trip in real life.
Uh-oh. Doc is accepting the challenge in Twitch chat. He is accepting the challenge.
Go Neverwinter.
He says they are going to have a fight on their hands on that one. That Neverwinter intends to get a raid force of their own, and they're coming in full force also.
Bring it on.
Go.
We may have to get a couple little side wagers going on here. So what's going on in Neverwinter? Speaking of Neverwinter, what's going on?
Speaking of Neverwinter, from the sounds of it, things are going really good over there. They're getting a lot of new members over there, so they just want to welcome over to Grievance. And they've got a lot of stuff going on this week. They've had a lot of old players come back and join them last night. They're running around and introducing some of the new members. more exciting news is there's a new module coming out, Elemental Evil. They haven't given the release date yet, but thinking sometime in March. The module is going to include new of the Paladin, which will have both the healing and tanking abilities. And they're still gathering information about some of the details that are available. Is they're going to be raising the level cap from 60 to 70. They're going to be adding new sets of quests, feats, and slottable class feature powers. So looks like a big update. Looking forward to. As we said before, but Neverwinter is free to play, so head on over, join DocEck, and come try to beat out Final Fantasy at the get-together.
Awesome.
Now, I'll tell you this. Until the tickets are bought and the people walk through the door Saturday, hadn't nobody won.
That's right.
There you go.
Nobody won.
That's right. Be an interesting battle.
I look forward to seeing how that turns out. So are y'all? Well, we'll get to this in a minute. Go on. I got a whole section for the get together in a little bit.
Easy, Steel, easy.
Hey,
I gotta go.
hey, State of the Grievance address is over. Now he's all about the get together. It's like, boom.
Absolutely.
Tell you
Absolutely.
Switch
what.
to decaf.
Ever.
All right, on to Rift news. Hey, 3.1 patch is coming out next week. I believe it's due out Wednesday, The Storm at Sea. And I got to tell you guys, Rift is another one of those games that kind of dribbles off a little bit and keeps coming back with some force there, and nothing reinvigorates a game like a new patch. So that is awesome news. I'm really glad to hear it. I played Rift for a long time, love the game. It's awesome, and it's good to see that they're still coming out with new content. So very exciting. That should be out, I believe, Wednesday. Also, for the success of the Rift Guild, they have downed the second boss in Ren of Fate, and they're looking forward to downing the third boss soon. So that is more good news. I love giving good news about the raids being successful and moving on. It's very promising. I love it.
Well,
Absolutely love it.
I watched their stream the other night when they were learning the tactics on that new boss. They are dedicated to taking down, and obviously they did because it was the second boss. Thanks, Dash. It was the second boss that they were working on, and they spent like 2.5 hours just wiping over and over again on this boss encounter until they learned the tactics, and obviously they have. So all their practice and everything that they did, their perseverance just absolutely paid off.
And stuff like that makes those successes just so much more rewarding when you can sit there and just plug away and wipe and wipe and wipe. And then when you finally take them down, what a great feeling that is.
I had an old member one time. He told me in EQ2, and he said, first time's luck. Second time's chance. Third time, you got it down. So he'll be on farm status very, very soon.
That is awesome. One more thing on the Rift news, we have a new Dimension contest has started. For those of you that are interested in finding out more details on that contest, please go check out our guild forums because they've got a whole bunch of info out there on it. Please read up on that and check it out. Contest, gotta love them. Gives everybody new, fresh stuff to do, so that's pretty cool.
I gotta love this. A guy named Godskill says, aren't you guys a little too bit old for gaming? Brother, I was gaming before you were born. If you think you know how to game against somebody that's got 30 years experience on you. Nah,
Right.
Grievance.
We will never grow up, damn it.
No. Why do you ever want to grow up? Grievance is such a dynamic organization. We got people from 18 years old, literally in their 80s, that game. 8,000 people. Our average age is right around 35, and it is a very nice and mature atmosphere to game in. There's none of this swearing, cussing, leet speak, stuff like that. You want a game with a professional group of people? Come check us out, www.grievancegaming.org.
I tell you, still can snipe them in the head just like any young guy.
Oh, buddy. Catch me in Battlefield 4. We'll have fun. So, Deuce, you've been playing some Star Wars lately.
Yeah, I have. Between Pad and Leah, they're like, Deuce, come play Star Wars. So I went and checked it out. The funny thing was I was having difficulty with my account. And I know this isn't news, but hey, I got to tell stories, so I'm sorry. And they're like, dude, when was the last time you logged in? I was like, 2011. They're like, yeah, that was before we went free to play. So they're like, yeah, you can, go into customer service or whatever and, petition, blah, blah, blah. He's like, wait 6 months and you may get your characters back. Because, yeah, hey, customer service is not so great in that game, is what they tell me. So I started over. And I'll tell you,
This is pretty good.
as in all games within Grievance, welcomed with open arms and stuff. People have been helping me, filling me in on what to do and stuff, the changes and everything, helped me gone through some flashpoints and everything. But I'll tell you, I haven't witnessed it yet, but on the Republic side, they are kicking some butt on the new content. They've
Yeah, they
completed
are.
both. They've completed both of the new storyline mode operations, and they're currently working on the hard modes already. So, I'll tell you, great group of people. It's a great game to go back to if you played it originally, because they've got rid of a lot of the bugs and everything in it. Because that's what happened when I played it originally. I went, crushed the content. There was nothing there to do anymore. It was full of bugs and everything. So I just went on to a new game. Well, it's kind of fun to relive the game. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. And it's a good game to go back to. Great group of people.
Absolutely. So, never mind. Go ahead. World of Tanks. I had a question, but you answered it. Now, you see, now there are some drawbacks to being a little older. You just kind of get these senior moments.
Yeah. Okay, we'll remember that in the get-together, Steel.
Yeah. Who are you again? No.
Exactly. Well, World of Tanks. Good stuff this week. They're still rolling. They're still going strong in TeamSpeak every night. A little bit of an update this week. They added solo missions, which is going to help players earn tanks. And there's been some physics changes where tanks can flip now.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now.
No doubt.
In my opinion, this has meme written all over it. I really do. I really think that. Just me.
Well, I play World of Tanks every once in a while. Another great group of guys. Pete's and all those guys are just awesome.
Yeah, they are.
But it's one of those that I can go in, play for 15 minutes when I got a few minutes, and then head out. But I have trouble driving them as it is. Now if you add physics and stuff.
Well, let me clarify this a little bit. Hey, Joey, what's up? Good to see you. I don't get the impression that a tank can flip another tank when I was talking to Pizza. But he did say that they were playing a game, and it might have even been you driving. One of the tanks fell off a bridge, and when it did, it just went boom. And then
it's definitely a first-person shooter that adds a new dimension and stuff. I really like the game for the short periods of time I do play.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nova. Hey, legit. How's it going, man? So, WoW Alliance. Man, they are having one hell of a celebration today. They've been streaming on this main channel for the last 5 or 6 hours. They've been doing their formation anniversary. It's like 1 year after the guild went from embassy status back up to guild status in the Grievance organization. So they've been doing events, giveaways, just having a great time. Matter of fact, after we're done at 8 o'clock, they're going to be streaming a couple more hours, some more events, more giveaways. They brought back the some sort of naked newbie run through WoW or something, and just having a really, really good time on there. A lot of dance parties, stuff like that. I know Kata has been streaming since probably before the sun rose, so they're having a great time. And of course, tons of people in the TeamSpeak with them, all having a great time together. The guild is doing really well rating. If you like WoW and you're in the Alliance or play an Alliance character, go check it out. Or you can check out the Horde.
Yeah, the Horde as well is doing extremely well. They're actually looking forward to a new tier of rating coming up here next week, I believe it is. They are on the last boss of High Mall, and it just seems to be like every guild we talk about, man. They're they're reaching a new level and reaching a new level. So once again, grats out to the Horde Guild, man. They're still pounding away and having very good success. So very good news, guys. Excellent.
Very good. It's really great to see both those guilds doing very well.
It's great to see all these guilds doing well.
Yeah, it really is.
Have we read from one that honestly isn't?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. It's it's obviously the last few years, and next 5 to 10 is going to be the year of gaming. I mean, the gaming industry has far surpassed the entertainment industry, i.e., television and movies, for about the last 3 to 4 years as far as financial growth. So we're not going to see this slow down. Everybody likes to game. If you don't like the game, I'm sorry, you're just weird. No longer are the gamers weird. Geeks are in, man.
That's right.
Yeah, tell my wife that though.
Yeah,
She thinks we're all weird still.
oh yeah.
Just wait until our kids are 80 and they're playing on the PlayStation 54 with, I don't know, probably not even touch controls anymore, but
It's probably stare at it.
The mental.
yeah, eyeball tracking.
A lot of these guys don't understand. I do remember the old Radio Shack computers and Oregon Trail when it was all word-based.
DSR 80.
DSR 80, Apple
Candy.
IIs. I remember my dad having one of those phone modems because he worked for EDS at the time in Dallas, and remember him having a phone modem. He put it down just like in War Games, and some of you may be too young to remember War Games, but seeing no, not gonna stop.
Yeah.
But seeing the progression in the gaming industry and gaming graphics going from blocks to high quality graphics, and now I heard from PAX South they're going back to blocks again. It's been neat to see what's happened in the game industry. But that's for another show down the future.
Yeah.
What's going on, Star Citizen?
Star Citizen. Speaking of games and financials, and Star Citizen has always been an interesting game for me. I can't afford it, but it's an interesting game. There have actually been some important changes coming out. The EU, come February 1st, all these Star Citizen players are going to have to be paying the VAT taxes over there, which is their state tax and whatever. So as a special, Star Citizen is reoffering ships reoffering ships that have been out of the store to give the EU players a chance to buy them up before they have to pay taxes and pay more on them.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Let's see, all this, and just to know, all the ships can still be bought once the game goes public release. Because Star Citizen is it alpha or beta?
It's not really an alpha or a beta. You could call it both. You could call it neither. What they're doing is they're releasing it in steps. So they released the dogfighting module. Next thing I hear that they're working on the FPS module. So they're releasing all these little modules, and they're slowly going to put them together, and then they're going to relaunch the whole game as one. My guess is toward the end of 2016.
Oh, you think we're still that far out?
I think we're still that far out. Some people disagree, but if you read what they have planned for the game by launch, and you look at where they are now, I really think we're looking at the end of 2016 for that one.
Well, they were planning on releasing the solo version end of 2015, weren't they? They still on track for that?
So they say. But, I mean, remember they launched the dogfighting module, 3 months late?
Yeah,
4 months late?
Yeah.
And I would rather have them get this game right, because they're very ambitious with what they're trying to do with this game. There's a lot of nuances to it. It's got the potential of doing everything that EVE players wish that they would add to their game.
Well,
So
they've got a heck of a fan base and a player base already. I mean, the number of people that play Star Citizen, really.
I'll tell you this: if they get the Oculus Rift right on this game, I will play this game just because of Oculus Rift.
Ash just said in chat that they just announced launch is at the end of 2016. So right on the money with that one.
All right.
But
Well,
it's a good thing because they're
It's a
giving
great
out
thing.
little bit of content, enough to show you that they are progressing, and you're not wondering, well, is the game going to crash or anything? But they're making sure it's right. So it'll be such a refreshing thing to see this game launch, with all the time, the testing and stuff, because all the people that are getting these ships are testing the game for them.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of ships and getting back around, the ships that they brought back out to offer for this EU tax sale, EU VAT tax sale, they brought back the Aurora LX, the Super Hornet, the 350R, the M50 Interceptor, the Mustang Delta, the Gladiator, the Cutlass Blue, the Freelancer MIS, the Xian Cartual. You put that one in there on purpose, didn't you?
Not me. That was Liette.
The Banu Merchantman, the Caterpillar, the Retaliator, and the Starfarer.
I can't wait till they make the Caterpillar able to walk through.
Nice. They've also put out a bunch of upgrades and chassis transfers. And also, an interesting that is involved in the Star Citizen forums. They're putting out an option for organizations to put up a recruitment poster. They're looking at something no bigger than 1,200 pixels. And so if you're a Grievance member and you want to create a recruitment poster for us, get a hold, put one together, and get a hold of
Marissa.
Leadership and send it in and see if we can get some more Star Citizen players. Their new patch, Arena Commander 1.01, is live, which is rebalancing the missiles and the countermeasures. They've also added some new weapons to the store and some new skin colors for the Grey Cat buggies. Yeah, so a lot of new stuff this week. And any chance maybe there's some kind of giveaway for the poster? Steel?
It could happen.
Okay.
It could happen.
Incentive.
I'll get up with some of the guys there. Maybe we can get something going for that. Stala, we got a guy that does have we got a guy who has 2 reclaimers, actually. Don't get me started. But we got another guy that has a reclaimer too. Yeah, he's got 2 of everything. We got a guy who has a reclaimer, and it's really something he's looking forward to seeing. The ship does look like it's going to be ginormous.
I'll tell you, our guys have a lot of ships in the game already. And, I've had a lot of people say, you know what, just get the $35 package to get you the game, and you can come fly as one of my crew people. Because these are multi-crew ships. Some of these ships take 4 people to man. So
a Caterpillar takes like 5, man, so...
Yeah, so it's going to be something very different where, your group is now all on one ship working together.
Yeah.
So,
and Whoopinyo's saying they've raised over 70 million now.
Wow.
That's enough to feed a small country. Wow.
That's enough to own a small country, dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
So how are our embassies doing?
Well, embassies are those, groups that are either very new or just don't have the massive following to make it a full guild. But I'll tell you, people are having a good time down there too. And like Repopulation, still in early alpha and stuff, but they've already built a stronghold in Repopulation. So, the guild is working strong in there and stuff. And they have several members working to build it up. And, it's one of those games that has potential, heavy PvP game, but heavy crafting too. So, look for that one to come out and, continue to go on. Fox is always willing to give out more information if you catch him in TeamSpeak or something. But yeah, Repopulation's out there. Star Trek Online, they're about to form a fleet. We'll be setting up formation dates soon, so, keep an eye out for that.
That may be going on tonight. I saw a bunch of them in the channel down there.
Okay, maybe tonight. check out TeamSpeak. I'm sure they'll be glad to fill you in. Guild Wars 2. I can't believe we're still talking about Guild Wars 2. That game is like a virus, and not in a bad way. I know it sounds bad, but it just keeps hanging around, and it's one of those games. They have an expansion coming out. I was like, really? I still have my Guild Wars 2 account, by the way, and I may just go check it out again just because of the new expansion. It's called Heart of Thorns, and it's going to introduce a new mastery system, professions, specializations, and a new profession, Revenant. I was like, what's a Revenant? I'm gonna have to ask what a Revenant is. Strongholds and new areas to explore, and believe it or not, guild halls.
About time.
So they're starting to fill that game back in. So check out Guild Wars 2. It looks like they're trying to bring that game back in full force and everything. The crew there is just as great as any other Grievance organization, in any game. So, check out Guild Wars 2. Give some support to Repopulation and go check out Star Trek Online. I'm sure they'd like your support and your feedback.
It's a game I haven't played in a long time.
It's been a while. My
It's
son
been a
played it up till about
long
2 months ago. Loves
Really?
playing the game. Yeah, my older boy. And I'm sure he'll start playing it again since this expansion hits.
I played that one through beta and a little bit after release, but another game that had a real buggy release, so I really haven't played it since. So
Uh-oh. Egg
nice
is
to hear
watching
that
us now. We
Yep.
better hurry up. She's up casting next.
Oh. All right, let's go through first-person shooters. This is a genre that's kind of near and dear to my heart, especially this year, because if you look at the news that is out there, this really is not a beefy year for MMOs. First-person shooters, on the other hand, are coming out here fairly soon, so we don't have to wait till the end of the year.
There are a lot of shooter games coming out.
There are, and one I have been watching really close is the new Battlefield, the Battlefield Hardline. That one should be going into open beta, they said, in February, which is just around the corner. So I got the itch for that. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on there. They've got some mixed reviews. I say, forget all that crap. Play the game, check it out, decide for yourself. Certain people, I've heard complaints about them kind of going a little bit light on the vehicles this time around. As far as I'm concerned, from Battlefield 4, I thought the vehicles were a little bit too overpowered, in my opinion.
Some of the maps you just couldn't move without tripping over a tank.
Yeah, well, in the helicopters there, they made it so hard to shoot it down with a rocket there with all the flares and stuff.
No, I sniped one down the other night. You should have heard
Did you
me
really?
and T's
Oh,
call.
sure you did. I bet you did.
He hovered just about that far off the ground, and I hit the pilot. It went like this. I hit the gunner, killed him. Then I hit the gunner across the other side and killed him. 3 shots, 3 headshots. Boom, boom, boom.
I tell you,
Yeah.
And you should have heard me in TeamSpeak. You would have
That's what
thought
I
I
was
won
saying.
the lottery.
I'll tell you, Steel, when he's playing Battlefield, is a trip in TeamSpeak. You talk about giddy. Woo!
He does get excited.
Nothing better than a good headshot. That
I was
person
about
that hits
joining
you
the other
clear
day.
across the map that you can't even see on the kill screen, that's me.
I was going to join the other day just to try to get on the opposite team so I could sneak up behind him and knife him. But
That happens a lot.
we also got the Division coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. The Division, when I
man.
hear it's been a little bit delayed, so I'm not sure where that stands, but another game that looks like it's going to be really, really cool when it comes out. So I'm really looking forward to that one as well. And finally, I'd like to touch base on is H1Z1 that is in alpha right now.
It took we took a week to classify this one.
Yeah, I noticed it kind of went from one section down, from the embassy section down to first-person shooters, which is probably a better place for it, I think.
Well, we compared it against a lot of the games that were out, and the closest game that we could compare it to was actually Defiance.
Yeah.
As far as the kind of gameplay and all, because technically it is a form of shooter. So we reassigned it from the Embassy Division to our FPS director, Team Grievance, under Dirt Dog and Nautica. So, and I think it's going to be a better fit there with the respawning and dying and basically starting over, and then the shooting aspect in it. And I think that's the general consensus right now is that's where it is. It's
Yeah,
kind of the FPS MMO category.
I'll tell you,
I'd say that's good. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
one of the things I think is really good about, H1Z1 is the death penalty.
Yes.
They're bringing back a severe death penalty.
Yep.
And I
We were
like
talking about that earlier. You walk
I wouldn't
through
say
that area.
severe, but
No.
definitely more severe than what we've been seeing the last
You don't want to die.
decade.
That's a plus because most people don't care nowadays unless they're raiding. Something comes out of the bushes at you, you either want to kill it or run because dying means starting in a remote location. You have no idea where you are.
and
See a
you
bear,
have no
you
gear.
run.
Let's run.
But the game does have some PVE concerns like we talked about earlier. It right now there's really no point in creating strongholds or anything because other players on a PVE server can come and kick the walls down, steal your crap, and everything like that. Which shouldn't really happen on a PVE server. It's so the PVE crowd's a little up in arms over it, but I think before long they'll come up with some type of solution for it.
Well, I got to tell you, I know the game's bugged a lot. It's in alpha. I mean, come on, it's another one of those games. Don't read the
Yeah.
public forums. These people are just hating on the game. It's in alpha, for Christ's sake.
Oh,
But I mean,
yeah.
come on. But I tell you what, I went out there and used a shovel. I dug a hole out in the middle of the woods. And kind of like I felt like a little pirate there. Okay, go 10 steps this way, go 5 steps this way, go 10 steps this way, find a bush, and I dug a hole and I threw stuff in there. I tell you, I've got batteries, spark plugs, weapons. 4 days, stuff's still there. So if you want to hide stuff,
everybody's going to be
there's
looking
a way
around
to
their shovel now.
Let me tell you, if you want to run around in the woods and try to find my stash, let me tell you, you be my guest because there are a lot of woods out there, and those things are freaking impossible to see. And of course, it's underneath a bush too, so you can't see it unless you just happen to hover over it just right. And there are a lot of woods out there. So I mean, I think it's a good workaround if you can remember where you planted it. Get your little pirate map out there, and X marks the spot.
There's a lot of space.
And Aggie, we're going to go a little bit over, but I'm going to give you my time for streaming after you, so we'll make up for it.
I tell you, you get us together, and sometimes, we just like to talk. Sorry.
We have a good time. It's kind of like being in an elderly home, huh?
Yeah.
We had a
What
late
they say.
start, so I mean,
Hey, even in the elderly home, they play Pinochle and all this stuff. They're playing games too. Just saying.
You know what's funny? It's actually play Pinochle.
all right.
I
What's
don't
going
even
on
have
in
a
COG,
clue
guys?
what it is. Anyway, what's going on with COG, Wendell?
COG, a lot. It's looking really exciting. We're revamping and we're creating the gtgn.tv website, which is going strong. Now, if you were to go there now, you're not going to see anything. You're going to see some Ipsum Malorum, and it's a work in progress, but we're getting really close to being finished with that. That being said, there is a massive call out for bloggers and game reviewers. Please, if you guys want to talk about almost anything game related, get a hold of us. Seriously, get a PM to Mauricia or Steele or anybody related to COG, and we'll get you set up on writing some game reviews and putting it up there. We've got a lot of video. We've got a lot of video going on right now, but we need the written word. We need the written word. So please, if you guys have an interest, send them our way. Even if it's just a once or twice a month game review, or you just, heck, even if you just start playing like H1Z1 and you have a game review you want to write it up and send it. We want to post this stuff. We want to get your guys' word out there. You might not be able to do video, but if you can write, please.
Yeah, this site's going to be kind of like a one-stop, all-stop for gaming-related news. It's going to host some Twitch channels. It's going to have obviously a lot of the videos we've done and streams that our members have done. There'll be blogs, there'll be vlogs, there'll be game reviews on it. It's really going to be a really neat interactive site. I know that the team is working really hard on it. Marissa, with everything she has going on in her life right now, is literally on top of this, and she is doing a great job coordinating stuff. I'll tell you what, she's almost as busy as me, and you know how busy I am.
Yeah, but it's getting really excited, and we're finishing it, Steele. We are finishing it.
Well, the site's due to be done by, well, actually Valentine's Day. And then that's going to give 2 weeks to go over it, work out some kinks, work out some bugs, and then the official launch is going to be at Pensacon.
You know what they say, 2015 is the year of completion.
Yes.
We're
finishing what we started. And why? Because that's what we do.
Anyway, and I also want to also point out. I mean, like I said, we're going for some bloggers and some game reviewers, but streaming efforts are going excellent. You just heard Steele talking about Eggy and himself streaming after we get done here tonight. I don't know what Steele was planning to play. What was Eggy planning to play after this? Do you know?
She's going to be streaming more of WoW's anniversary.
Okay.
So she can go as long as she wants to with that. I don't mind giving up my slot. I just kind of put it in there to fill it. I was going to do some H1Z1, but she's more than happy to take up the rest of my slot with the Grievance anniversary because, it's a yearly thing. Might as well do it. I know Kata was streaming like 5 hours of it prior to the newscast on our channel. So it's the Alliance anniversary. And anyway, it's really fun to watch. I've had it up on the screen the whole freaking time I've been putting together some of these notes and talking to people. But
That's how you
streaming.
So many points.
Yeah. But we've got
You know how to get points? Don't log out of the damn thing. How many points? I'm over 4,000 now, I think. Now I'm almost at 5,000. So
I spent all my points on the raffle during the State of the Grievance address.
Yeah,
and
you want
didn't
points? You want points? You want to be able to win some of these cool giveaways like the Heroes of the Storm beta key we did the other night during the State of Grievance and other Steam games and stuff like that we give away on these casts? Don't log out of Twitch. It's that easy. You get like, what is it, Dash? A point every 10 minutes if you're AFK, something like that. You get a point every 5 minutes if you're actually active or something. So, and now we got DeepBot hosted on a computer that hardly ever shuts down, so you accumulate points pretty much nonstop. And it's really worth it.
And there's almost always something going, too.
Yeah.
I'm constantly getting mails. We are now streaming this. We are now streaming this. We are now streaming this.
We drew the line as far as saying, okay, we're going to go for 24-hour streaming. Now, we knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. I mean, me and Marissa talked a lot about this. We knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. She put out a call for streamers. Matter of fact, after I take an AFK after this cast, I've got to get up with more people that are interested in streaming. But right now, out of a 24-hour period, we're filling between 8 and 12-hour slots during that period. And that's increasing a little bit every couple weeks. So here by the end of April into June, we will probably have 24 streaming and newscasts on this channel. And that's great. You want to see Marvel Heroes? You can see Marvel Heroes. Want to see some arcades? You can see some arcades. Want to see a bunch of old men sit up and talk about the glory days of gaming? Then watch the previous newscast. But we've got some new cast planned. Tig approached me the other day and talked about wanting to do some sort of Neverwinter cast. I know we're talking about doing a general gaming cast coming up. So there's a lot of cast in the works being looked at. The Frag Time FPS cast is about to be reactivated because it is the season of shooters. There ain't no two ways around it. And snipers. Every single one of these games have sniping. And that makes me happy.
Streaks in hog heaven right now.
Carbine, baby. Carbines all the way.
Buddy. We got a once-a-month repopulation cast that kicks off, not to mention the WoW cast, our weekly Arcade cast. Ton of newscasts to talk about the games that you want to hear. And if you want to hear about a game and you're interested in doing a cast on a game, get in touch with Marissa. And if it's something that we think that there's enough interest from Grievance members, we'll do it. We don't care. It may be a once a month thing, but if there's people out there that want to hear about it, we want to talk about it. So, Eddie, we're almost done.
And not to mention that, we've got the streaming for Pensacon coming up. We've got the streaming from the real life get together coming up too.
Oh yeah, Pensacon. We'll just move right into organizational news. Pensacon coming up 4 weeks. There was 4 of us, and now there was 5 of us, and now there may be 6 of us working the booth at Pensacon. Pensacon is last weekend of February, 26th through, or no, it's 26th through March 1st, 27th through March 1st, something like that. It's a multi-genre convention in Pensacola, Florida. We set up a Grievance information booth on it last year. And Dash, I forgot to get you that picture of what the display looks like. Oh well, next time. But we set up a Grievance. Yeah, Dash is setting it up there. And you can see this display right now. This is in its infancy. The damn thing, that's Kukos, who's not a small person. The damn thing is 10 foot tall, takes up 2 10-foot booths. It's going to have 4 monitors mounted on it, banners across both sides, down the sides. I'm painting it steel pipe gray with dark gray joints. I've been painting it for a month, piece by piece, and I've almost got it done. The Deuce has been on the phone a couple of times. I've been saying, I'll be like, what you doing? Oh, you're working on the booth, aren't you? Yep. And, but this thing is going to be off the hook. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to set it up. Half of it's going to be for Grievance Gaming, the guilds, the Grievance in-game community, and everything. Then the other half is going to be for GTGN. And we're going to have informational pamphlets. We're going to have streams and newscasts going. Marissa's going to be doing some live interviews. We've got Naomi over there. She's going to be selling her, if you saw at the get together, the clay things. She's going to be selling the clay things. It's really, really going to be a big deal and probably one of the best booths at Pensacola when we get done. But right now we've got myself, Kukos, Caitlin, Marissa, Naonya, and we will find out tonight if Uzi McCurry is going to join us, who lives an hour away. So we might have 6 people working this thing, which is pretty cool because that'll allow some of us to actually enjoy the show. Last year, it was myself, Night Angel, and Phantom, and they couldn't show up till about 7 o'clock that evening Friday, and Steel was doing the PP dance. It was bad. But not only are we going to Pensacon this year, we're going to TriCon, which is in, Memo will correct me because I never can remember the name of the town, but I think it's Evansville, Indiana. At first we were just going to set up half a display with one booth, but since then I've been in contact with somebody and they said that they want the full display. So we're going to see what we can do there. So if that's the case, I'll be driving up there in September. We'll be setting this up. This is Memo's hometown, so you'll likely see myself, Memo, Doc, and maybe a couple other people.
Hey, I told Memo if he'd put me up, I'd come since that's my old home state.
There you go. So anyway, conventions are going well. State of Grievance address last night. I'm going to tell y'all straight up, or not last night, night before.
I was going to say, that wasn't last night.
Friday night. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. If you weren't there, you missed it. But you can find it on YouTube. We got a lot of things going on this year, but basically the whole theme of this year is we are finishing what we started. All these projects we've been working on the last 2 to 3 years, everything, we are finishing what we started. We are drawing the line, and we are doing it. So Steele's going to be running around like a foaming, raving madman for about the next 350-something days. So be ready. Be warned. I might come into your channel and blow your eardrums out. We looked at the expenses we had this year. And we have got a lot of expenses this year for Grievance organization. They are literally knocking on the door at 4K. So for the first time in 4.5 years, we reopened the charter member slots for people to become charter members. And the outpouring we've had from the community is unbelievable. I know, Deuce, you've done it. And since the last newscast, we've had 5 people since the last newscast become charter members. So congratulations to Lord Scythe, Wabisan, Arlia, Vanquish, and Rylock. They are our newest charter members. Now, charter members positions will still be open for the next till February 28th, 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. For anybody else who's interested in do that, you can get up with me. I'll be more than happy to discuss what it means to be a charter member and if you're curious and what it takes. So last but not least, what do we got coming in June?
Da da da. The get together.
Yes.
What's the get together?
That thing you're going to this year, right? We're going to see you this year, Street?
No.
Even Dash is going.
No.
What?
Yes.
Dash is finally coming after all the whining he was doing.
Yes.
Wait, with the new stuff he's got coming up, is he going to have time for that?
Yes,
Is he gonna bring a Starbucks cart with him?
Card or cart?
I'll tell you this: if this get together is anything like last year, you're gonna see me over the grill a long time. But I had a blast. I'll tell you, working the grill was like the best way to meet everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody's hungry.
So yeah,
but this is where we're having it. It's a 4,000 square foot house, a 10 by 20 pool. There's a tennis court and there's 6 acres. And we will have hotel list published by the end of this week. I know we keep on saying that, but we will. With the state of grievance address coming up, we just didn't have time. But by the end of the week, there'll be a preferred hotel list. You see the gate to the place? That gate's not opening until like 10 o'clock Saturday morning. But it's going to be an amazing, just an absolutely amazing event. And we'll there's information on
that's a kitchen.
That is a kitchen, yes sir.
See,
Yes sir.
now,
Plenty of room in this one. We're not going to be packed into sardines like we were at the beach house last year.
Or our postage size swimming pool.
Yeah, that looked a lot bigger in the picture.
So, I'm thinking this year, I think I need to get like a strap of laptop to my back to plug. That way I can actually go farther. Just saying.
Well, I think that Lord Scythe's nephew is coming again.
Yeah.
So you'll have your cord toter around. We'll have the camera. That really went off great last year. And we'll be streaming the whole thing live. Roundtable events, discussions with old people.
You're going to have to set up wireless repeaters. That place is so big. We're
even going to put our charter members on the spot because we're going to have a founders and charter member table as well, round table. It's really a great event. It'll be over 100 people there easy this year. And once again, the gauntlet's been thrown, guys. Neverwinter in Final Fantasy. Who's going to take it? Who do y'all think's going to take it this year?
Cog.
Cog don't count. Well, Cog counts, but not like that. Who do you think's going to take it?
It depends. I'll tell you, it depends on what a lot of the part-time people fall on this time, because of the lack of a solid game for a lot of people right now. If a lot of people claim Star Wars, look out, Star Wars may come out of nowhere. If a lot of people claim ESO, for example, that aren't there every day, but they don't have a game and that's the one they part-time go into. So, I don't have a home right now technically, so I think that's going to be the sleeper ones, are the people who are just hanging out there, and then they're going to say, okay, I claim this game as my home game.
I think you're kind of right. I think it's going to be a game that launches about a month or two before the get together. If you remember, that's not necessarily true though, because WildStar got stomped last year.
Yes, they did.
But I think it's going to be a game like either Skyforge or something like
Battlefield.
that. Battlefield, possibly. But I'll tell you, 30 people is going to be hard to beat. And if Neverwinter and Final Fantasy are both bragging 30 people, we'll see. It's the gauntlet's been thrown, and I'm going to fuel it the best I can. We're talking about Perseus. We're talking about Grievance's annual real life get together. We have it once a year. It's where Grievance members from literally all over the world get together and have a whole weekend of fun and excitement. So
It's a good
anyway,
time.
we're about 15 minutes over. I know Eggy's giving me the face here on Twitch. So anybody got anything?
Bloggers, written word.
Yes, bloggers and game reviewers, much needed.
Yes.
I got something. I'll see y'all at the get together. Y'all have a mighty fine night. It's been a great time doing the newscast again, especially with y'all. And some of us will see you next week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Catch the Grievance News on Sunday. Have a great night.
Peace.
At all.
Hey.